I'm here in a small town in India called Hasti because I need to get the bus back home to Delhi. This is actually my wife's hometown here in Haryana. So let me show you guys how to take a bus in India. If you're coming to India soon and you want to travel by bus, it's basically the most economical way to travel if you can't get a train. A train is definitely the most comfortable way to travel. But buses go absolutely everywhere. They go the places that trains don't go. So yeah, let me show you how to catch a bus here in incredible India. Now, so this is what an Indian bus station looks like. You've got all the terminals along here. There's about 20 at this bus station. And different buses lead to different destinations from each terminal. There's always a toilet, a temple. You've got to have a temple at a bus station, right? We've got another temple over here, this pink thing you can see. And then there's a petrol station, and you're going to find a bunch of snacks and an information center in this terminal behind us as well. So there are two types of buses that you can take here. There's the local government-owned buses and there's the private buses. And both of them are quite different. So the locally government-owned buses, they're the cheapest option you have here. And of course, they're going to be the most uncomfortable. They're not going to have AC either. And oftentimes they won't have sleeper buses that you can sleep in. For long journeys, they're not that great, right? This is inside the bus. And this is a government bus. This is the kind of place you'll be sitting in. But the private buses, they have AC. You can get a sleeper bus so you can sleep overnight. They have a timetable as well. So the government buses here, the one to Delhi today, it just leaves every 15 minutes. So there's no kind of fixed timetable. But the AC bus, the private bus, there's a fixed timetable. I'll show you that soon. So for short journeys, the local buses are great. But anything kind of over 4 hours, and you're gonna want to take a private kind of AC bus, I think. You got to be careful sometimes. There's a huge rush to get on these buses sometimes. See people running after the bus there? They'll throw their bags through the window to reserve their seat. That's a way of reserving your seat here. Or sometimes they'll climb for the windows, or some people will just go straight for the rooftop to sit on the roof. So yeah, these local buses can get a bit crazy, you know? And you can't book these government buses online. Some states you can, but generally you can't. You can book these private buses online, but I find the online portals like totally useless. They're missing so many of the bus services. So for example, the bus service that I'm using today to Hasti to Delhi, that's not available online at all. Now there are buses leaving all day from this terminal to all over India and all over Haryana, but the problem is it's all in Hindi. Every single terminal window, it's written in Hindi to where the bus is going. And on the front of the buses, it's written in Hindi as well. So if you can't read Hindi, you know, it becomes a bit difficult. So I really suggest that you come into the bus station the day before and you find out what time your bus leaves, because it's going to take you some time. And if you're going to a smaller place in India, there's only going to be 1 or 2 buses a day. I'm going to Delhi, so there's a bus every 15 minutes. You know, if it's a big destination, you'll be fine. But a small destination, you're going to have to come the day before and work out where to get the bus from and at what time. Find someone who speaks English around here and they will help you get on the right bus. They'll help you find out all the information you need. And these bus stations, oftentimes, if it's a bigger one like this one, they have an information center you can go to. Now, I'm not saying the guys there can speak English, but they're gonna lead you to the right place. You tell them you want to go to Delhi or you want to go to Jaipur or wherever you're going, and they will help you get there, okay? That is part of Indian hospitality and Indian culture to help guests here. And for these rickety old government buses, you just simply board it and then you can buy your ticket on there. There's a bus conductor who will come down and take the money from you. For the private buses, you have to go to like an agent or to their booth. Sometimes it's the same as a government bus. You'll board the private bus and you'll pay on board. And actually, speaking of hospitality, I've already had the police here. They are offering me tea or a soft drink and to sit down with them and hang out. So yeah, it's really, really easy as a foreigner here in India to get help and to get to your bus safely. Now, one of the issues I've come across at train stations and bus stations recently is fake water. I mentioned this in my Daryaganj counterfeit book market tour. And yeah, this is meant to say Bisleri, but it says Bisleri. Yeah, nakli hai na? This is Bisleri nahi hai. Yeah, Nakli hai. Really cool. A few other things you'll find here. There's usually a police station. So this is the traffic police. And you'll find somewhere to drink water as well. So yeah, every bus terminal should have a toilet, should have somewhere to drink water for you as well. But just try and avoid that fake water, eh? And maybe even bring your own water, because I don't even know if you can buy real water here. Now guys, before you trust a stranger, you need to double check where the bus is going from the driver. Okay, so you just need to learn like 4 words in Hindi. Say to the driver, "Kya ye bus Delhi jayegi?" Kya ye bus, Jaipur jayegi. Change Delhi, although change the word Jaipur into where you're going. Kya ye bus Hansi jayegi? Kya ye bus Rohtak jayegi? Kya ye bus Dimapur jayegi? So yeah, kya ye bus, where you're going, and then the word jayegi. And the driver's gonna answer yes or no, haan or nahi, yes or no in Hindi. And basically what you're asking him is, will this bus go to Delhi? Will this bus go to Jaipur? Wherever you're going, okay? Now you'll sometimes hear these guys yelling out the destination of the bus as well. So he's yelling out, Rohtak, Rohtak. The government buses are all going from this government paid for terminal, alright? So the private buses usually have to go from a different part of the terminal, or sometimes even outside the terminal. Now guys, so this is the private bus timetable. Like, how are you gonna know it's a private bus timetable, right? Like, there's no English on it at all. This is where you're gonna get the AC bus from, which is what I want, because we're traveling quite far to Delhi. So yeah, it's in Hindi, so Pasi to Delhi. You're gonna have to ask somebody, like a guy at the store. Anybody here is gonna help you, and you will find people that speak English. A lot of the police won't speak English. I haven't met a police officer here today who speaks English, so you're gonna have to find like a school kid who looks like he's going to school. They're learning English at school. Maybe a more professional looking person. They may speak English, but they will help you find the bus. Okay, so I did finally find some water that's not the counterfeit type. This one's fine, so you're gonna have to shop around actually. But the rest of that Bisleri water, it's all counterfeit and fake here, and who knows if it's just tap water or what, no? And here's the AC bus. You can see it's much nicer than the other buses, right? Much nicer. And you see on the front it says Delhi. जी क्या ये बस दिल्ली जाएगी? Thank you. Now once you're on the bus, your next problem is, where do you get off, right? You're going to need your phone and GPS. You're going to need to know where to get off the bus. So keep an eye on your GPS during the ride. If you're lucky, the driver will remember where you told him you're going and he'll help you, but there's so many people on these buses sometimes that they're just not going to remember to help you get off, okay? If you really need help and you're really worried, go and sit right next to the driver. There are seats along there and he will make sure you get off your bus if you sit really close to him, okay? And you can just keep asking him and he'll know what you want, right? Like everybody else on this bus just wants to get off at the right place. Guys, Ram Boliye.
Ram Boliye, bhai.
And or Jai Haryana. Jai Haryana. आप हरियाणा से हैं?
हम हरियाणा से नहीं, हम दिल्ली से हैं।
अच्छा, जय दिल्ली।
हाँ, जय दिल्ली।
जय दिल्ली, हाँ।
जय हरियाणा।
So people are really friendly on the bus here. You'll always find friends here and people that will help you get to where you're going, okay? And the driver is so sweet as well. Really friendly people here. The other benefit of sitting up the front is you have a good view of where you are, where you're going, and perhaps you can read signs a bit easier out on the street so you know where to get off easier as well. If the bus gets crowded, there's not much you can do. You just have to adjust. That's part of being here in India. You learn to adjust and squeeze 4 to a seat if you have to. And if you get on those local buses, you definitely will be squeezing more than 3 to an aisle. There'll be like 4 or 5 in a seat and like a kid on someone else's lap. The local buses can get super busy, okay? Now where it gets complicated is if you have to transfer buses, right? sometimes there won't be a direct bus to where you're going. I'm going to Delhi, so there's a direct bus, right? It's easy. But say if I was going, maybe I had to go via Rohtak or something, I had to get off the bus at Rohtak at the bus station, then I had to go and again find the bus to Delhi. So sometimes you're going to have to do this like multiple times in a day, ask for help to get to your next bus if there's no English anywhere, okay? And this AC bus is really comfortable. The AC is on, it's like 21 degrees, and yeah, it's clean as well. And there's less people on this bus, obviously, like the bus is not full, right? So that's a benefit. And I haven't paid in advance of this. The conductor is gonna come and he's gonna take the money off me soon.
You get 170.
Okay.
और यहाँ से
And so this is the bus ticket you get. This bus has actually come from Hizar and it's going all the way to Delhi.
वहाँ का समुद्र है और बीच में ऊँट भी हैं छोटे-छोटे काले-काले रंग के।
During the ride, you're also going to have a lot of like snack sellers come onto the bus and offer to sell you like coconut or little bags of chips or drinks. So yeah, there will be food available during the journey as well. And it's just don't buy this stuff because you know this guy's been carrying it all around outside, and I've seen them spraying it with like dirty water. These nariyal, these coconut pieces, okay. But like the packaged food is fine and safe to buy. And the bus driver and the bus conductor just got their pieces of coconut for free because you know that's the payment for allowing the vendor to come onto their bus and sell. All right, back in Delhi, and the driver's driving was very good. Ek minute, ji. जी आपकी ड्राइविंग बहुत अच्छी थी धन्यवाद भाई.
I'm good.
They basically just dropped me off in the outskirts of Delhi. This bus will keep going to the very center of Delhi now, but this is closest to my home. And guys, if you need to pee while you're on the bus, I suggest you go toilet beforehand. Don't drink too much water in the morning. Like I didn't drink any water this morning, just like a cup, because you know that's the most annoying thing when you're on a long bus ride and you need to go bathroom. You can go and talk to the driver and get him to stop the bus, but it's kind of annoying to everybody else. But whatever, you can do it. And I guess the learning from today is don't be afraid to ask for help, okay? Ask for help and you will get the help that you need. Now guys, go and check out the rest of my channel. I've got heaps more traveling tips for here in India. And go to India Survival Guide and get my quick start safety guide so you can travel safely and confidently here in incredible India. Jai Hind.